वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. Chapter 2, verse 55 continue. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Prajahati Yada Kaman Prajahati Yada Kaman Sarvan Parthamanogatam सर्वान् पार्थ मनोगतान् आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्टः आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्टः स्थितप्रज्ञस्तदोच्यते स्थितप्रज्ञस्तदोच्यते. The blessed Bhagavan said, O Partha, Arjuna, when a man discards all his desires, visiting the mind and is self-satisfied in own self, he is said to be stable in wisdom. Okay. So, now we are discussing the intellect. There are two divisions of intellect: unsteady and steady intellect. Okay. So, previously, Bhagavan Krishna has described the man of unsteady intellect. That was in last few verses from 41st till the 44th. And now Bhagavan Krishna describes the man of steady wisdom that started from 55th till towards the end of the chapter. When a striver having renounced the world inclination is established in the self, he is said to be stable in wisdom. So mainly what we call Maya. Striver having renounced the world inclination. Okay, Maya. We must not get attached to that. Okay. He who has the aim of God realization has a determinate and single pointed intellect. Okay. That is one verse coming in our Bhagavad Gita. Bhakti ra vyabhicharine. Meaning again, the single pointed. So, okay. Single pointed intellect, because God is also only one. But he who has the worldly aim, his intellect is full of numberless desires. I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this, and it keeps on going. Because worldly objects are numberless. In order to attain equanimity, steadiness of intellect is very necessary. Right. Now, Swami Ram Sukdas ji is explaining here as per what is most important as per Patanjali Yoga Darshan and how Bhagavan Krishna has explained here. So in Patanjali Yoga Darshan, now that we have discussed the word yoga at least for 2-3 sessions, okay. The Patanjali is the, you can say, the pioneer of yoga, okay, right. So Patanjali Yoga Darshan importance has been attached to stability of mind, concentration of the mind. But here Bhagwan attaches importance to the stability of intellect, and that's why we are discussing here the sthita pragna. Sthita pragnasya ka bhasha, because Arjun has asked the question. The stability of intellect, steadfastness of aim. The reason is that in God realization, the steadiness of the mind is not so important as is steadiness of intellect. By the steadiness of mind, worldly. And in here, it is described two things. What happens? The steadiness of mind, siddhi, all worldly achievement, accomplishment, or it is translated occult power one can gain. But by the steadiness of intellect, what happens? Spiritual perfection, it is known as moksha, salvation is attained. In Karma Yoga, steadiness of intellect is important. The reason is that when the mind becomes steady, the outward activity stops. Bhagavan Krishna also orders Arjuna to discharge his duties, being steadfast in yoga. Yoga. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Samatvam means here equanimity. Yogastha kuru karmani. Bhagavan Krishna, by using the terms prajahati, prajahati yada kaman, this verse, and kaman sarvan means that there should not be even a trace of desire, but it should be renounced totally. The reason is that this desire is the main stumbling block to God realization. So, that was verse 55. Okay. Now, next two verses, Bhagavan is going to describe or tell us the manner in which a realized soul speaks. Verse 56. Dukheshvanudvigna manaha sukeshu vigatas pruhah. Sukeshu vigata spruhah. Vitaraga bhayakrodha. Vitaraga bhayakrodha. Sthitadhir muniruchyate. Sthitadhir muniruchyate. He whose mind remains unperturbed in sorrow, who does not crave for pleasure, and who is free from passion, fear and anger, is called a sage with stable wisdom. Dukhesvanubdignamana sukheshu vigadaspruha. The dukh, fine, it comes. Sukheshu vigadaspruha. Even if it is sukh, that is also fine. Vitaraga bhayakrodha siddhadirmunichyate. Now, what happened? Arjuna puts a question attaching importance to action, while Bhagavan Krishna answers attaching importance to feelings. Because a change in feeling brings about corresponding change in action. Normally what we say, how do you feel? So what you feel, and you're going to act accordingly. Whenever in Geeta, Arjuna puts a question attaching importance to action, Bhagavan Krishna answers it attaching importance to feelings and understanding, because an action is performed according to the feelings and understanding. Okay. Bhagavan Krishna is discussing here the feeling or the motive which change the character of action throughout outwardly. It may seem quite different. This need to be understood nicely. Okay. Not only because I mean normally it's a good saying in English. Must not judge the book by the cover. Right? Similarly, not only the actions, the motive behind action, that is more important. What is the motive behind action? Right? You may like it, certain thing, but the motive or the hidden agenda is different, then motive is not good. And then, even though the action looks good, but if the motive behind this action are not good, then actions are not good. The karma, what he or she is doing, is not good, is not worth it. That exactly Bhagwan tries to say here. Dukhe swanudhigna manaha. There is no end to sorrow, dishonor, and unfavorable circumstances in this world. But a man of wisdom remains unperturbed because the aim of his life is to discharge his duty. Most important word is discharge the duty. I am here to perform my duty. The sorrow, dishonor, unfavorable conditions will be there, are there, were there, but I must keep on doing my duty or my job or what is allocated by Almighty. So, but a man of wisdom remains unperturbed because the aim of his life is to discharge his duty to the best of his ability and capacity. Again, this echo the same chapter, 47th verse of chapter this 2. Karmaniye vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalhetur bhurmate sangotsva karmani. Karmaniye, your right is to act, to perform the action, to perform the duty, and rest in his good hands. Ma phaleshu kadachana. Here, ma phaleshu means people may like, people may not like. People will give compliments and people may criticize. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen. But one must not stuck to that opinion, be it good or be it not in your favor. You must carry on your job. Okay, right. Right. So to discharge his duty to the best of his ability and capacity for who? For the welfare to others. Without having any desire for its fruits. So he always remains happy and unperturbed, even in the most unfavorable circumstance. Very, very, very is, I mean, of course, it's easy to say, difficult, difficult to put in practice. So it's there, but it's very clearly says, right? So, so for the welfare of two others, without having any desire for its fruits, and that so he, that person, always remains happy and unperturbed even in the most unfavorable circumstances, because I did my duty, I did what I was supposed to do, and I did it. Then the results, response, reaction, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. One must not worry about that. Sukheshu vigataspruhah. He does not crave for any kind of pleasure, such as praise, honor, and favorable circumstances. Nor does he have a desire to prolong such a state. He remains unruffled in the midst of favorable or hostile circumstances. It can be anything. Basically, it says, I mean, it what not it says, it emphasizes on equanimity. Come what may, you must do your part and rest in his good hands. Vitaraga bhayakrodha. Our entanglement with worldly things is known as attachment. In the terms of Vedanta, that is known as raga. But when you write raga, but not raga, raga, attachment is raga. If a stronger person tries to deprive us of worldly possessions, it arouses fear in us. Whereas if a weaker person does so, it arouses anger in us. But a person who is keen to do good to others, underline this sentence, a person who is keen to do good to others automatically gets rid of attachment. Do good thing. Why? Because it's good to do good. Right. This freedom from attachment leads him to fearlessness and calmness. Thus, he becomes free from attachment, fear, and anger. But it says here, what it says? This freedom from attachment leads him to fearlessness, and that is the first quality Bhagwan has described in the 16th chapter. Daivasur Sambat Vibhag Yoga, 16th chapter, Bhagwan has told first, Abhayam Sattva Sansudhi. Abhayam means fearlessness. The first quality of divine, or the divine person, or the divinity is Abhayam, fearlessness. And then when Bhagwan starts, that's, I mean, it's in chapter 16, okay, and then Bhagwan starts describing about the demon, okay. What is the first? Dambho Darbho. Dambha, hypocrisy. So, we need to ask ourselves what exactly we are doing. We are towards Abhaya, fearlessness, or Dambha, hypocrisy. Okay, right. So long as there are patavans, okay, craving, attachment, fear, and anger, even in a small measure, a man is called a man is called a striver, but when he is totally free from them, he becomes enlightened soul. Lust, desire, craving, and greed, etc., are forms of attachment. In attachment, there is an attraction for the perishable worldly objects. Sthitadhir Mundiruchyate, the mind of such a follower of the discipline of selfless action. Karma Yoga means selfless action without any expectation of the discipline of selfless action becomes stable. Here, the term Muni has not been used for a person who keeps silent. Bhagavan Krishna has also not used the term Maun for penance of speech, but he has used it for mental penance. Penance, tap. Penance is tap, austerity, mental. Okay. So here Muni has been used for contemplative person, free from desire and attachment. He contemplates to remain unattached like an enlightened soul. Throughout his practice, he is very cautious to remain unattached. Such cautiousness automatically persists in an enlightened soul. That awareness leads him to attainment of beatitude. It is because of this virtue of awareness that has been described by Muni. Muni, there are, if you go to the dictionary, the word Muni uh, is manarshil. Keep on thinking in his mind about. Basically, if I have to make it very simple for you, then Muni is Manansil thinking about the relationship between me and Almighty, between me and universe. What is the relationship? And that's why it's I'm Koham. Who am I? From where I have come, where I have to go, what's my role in this world? That the Muni. This I try to simplify for you, okay? Described by the Muni, right? Okay. So Muni is Mananashil, who is thinking about the relationship, right? Okay. So yeah, we're going to stop here. I will be reciting the 73rd verse of chapter 18 in today's discussion. Whatever you like, credit goes to all the great men, all the sage, all the scripture. Whatever I have heard, I have read, I have studied, absolutely nothing belongs to me. And yes, our main reference book is Sadhak Sanjeevani by Swami Ram Sukdas Ji. नष्टो मोहः स्मृतिर्लब्धा त्वत्प्रसादान्मयाच्युत स्थितोऽस्मि गतसन्देहः करिष्ये वचनं तव